I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. And I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. Fire in my veins, I fight to gain, breaking all the rules to keep me sane. Living the moment till I die. And I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. And I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. No matter how hard we try.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the English Shooting live stream. Same time, same place every week, getting a bit consistent now. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you've all had a great week. There is a lot to talk about this evening. We've been blessed with a lot of new topics, a lot of new guns as well, as I'm sure you've seen on the channel with the Benelli Speed. We will be talking a little bit about that tonight because you all know I love my practical shooting. And also I'm more of a Benelli man when it comes to practical now, so definitely got my eye on that. Of course, some other events in the shooting world that we'll be touching upon. The main topic, of course, is going to be shooting and social media. Two topics I would like to think I have a reasonable idea about and just have a general talk about it. I might make a full video on it at some point. And I just thought it would be good and interesting to sort of throw it out as a conversation piece and sort of get everyone else's views on it, and also throw a few of mine out there as well, and sort of see what we come up with. But it's the same criteria, same sort of structure as usual for anybody new to the live stream, or if you're new, thank you very much for joining, and if you're new to the channel, well, please like and subscribe, and for anyone watching, you should be definitely liking. The like number should always be more than the current viewers, or otherwise you're just not trying hard enough. And the general format is, whilst I may have these topics and general themes of the streams, it's for you guys as well. So any questions, topics you want to bring up, I'm more than happy to try and answer. I'm not the oracle when it comes to shooting. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I don't know, but hopefully a fair bit that I do. So if it's getting into the sport within the UK, if it's what particular gun for a particular discipline you want to pick out and want some advice on, I should hopefully be able to help. So there's lots of people already in the chat. Thank you very much. Mostly represented from the UK Shooting Discord. I've talked about it quite a bit in recent weeks. You should all definitely go out and have a look at that. There's a link. Scroll up to the chat. Oliver very kindly put that in there, so I didn't have to. Go and join it. It's a great little chat room for UK shooters. David Kiddle getting the first flagged message of this evening, but I'll let that one slide. Some shooting media sucks donkey dick. Might have a rough idea of who you're talking about there, David. Colin Vic Goss, any news from Hampshire? No, my license has not been progressed. there is a little bit of news. Unfortunately, I'm not at the. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to talk about it. I don't know if it's best at the moment that I talk about it. All I can say is that I am in contact with some solicitors and barristers, and we will see where this goes. Yes, Hampshire always throwing interesting ones in the mix, shall we just say, but it's not something. These sorts of topics, whilst I like to be open and honest about everything, and I hate when there are certain aspects, like when I first lost the licenses, I was heavily advised not to talk about it, to share it online, and that was completely against everything that I wanted to do. As it sort of turned out, my instinct was actually correct. It would have been better for me to have talked about it. But anyway, there is stuff going on. The application hasn't been progressed at this stage, but there is other stuff going on at the moment, which I'm dealing with in the background. But when it's appropriate, when I feel it's best, I will certainly share that with all of you guys. But don't worry, I'm still here. I haven't been locked up yet. We'll see where that goes. How's your day, Callum? It's been a difficult one, if I'm going to be completely honest. It didn't start off very well. A few car issues. Not my car, I should add, but I had to help somebody out with a car, and then just various emails throughout the day that slowly sucked away my soul. So that's good, nice and positive for a stream tonight. But no, let's move away from all the negativity. What are you guys saying? World Gun Owners Association, thanks Paul for joining. Essex are doing home visits now for SGC and FACs. So you'll all know, well, some of you will know that I actually sent an email to Hampshire. They had a little line on their application page saying that whilst they weren't processing applications, if you needed it for a vocational or professional reason, they would still process it. They would, you know, if it was deemed important enough. Interesting response to that one. So we'll wait and see. All will be divulged at some point. I've said to many people over the years, the timeline of my FAC and losing the FAC and reapplying for the FAC twice now is a lot longer and a lot more in depth than would initially meet the eye or is out there for public consumption. There's a lot of things I've wanted to share for a very long time. At this point, I have absolutely nothing to hide, and it's more just maybe wanting to keep certain people, keep certain organizations and offices on side rather than firing a few torpedoes out there. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been done right. There's a lot of stuff that has questionably been against the law, and I'm not quite yet ready to sort of air all of that. So I'll keep you teased. I'll keep you in I'll keep you in up to date. And when I say within law, I don't mean by myself. At all times, done all of our best to keep within the law. Other people, not so much. Other organisations, shall we say, not so much. But anyway, I'm just being a massive cock tease here because I can't. It's not that I can't say it. It's just I'd rather have guidance on what to say before I go and put my foot in the mouth, as I quite often usually do. But anyway, I mean, if you just want to talk about that all night, I'll just continue teasing you. Unfortunately, I can't say any more. Are you okay, Mr. Long Collins? Yes, I am. I'm actually, despite lockdown, despite COVID, despite all the woes of life that many people will experience, it's good. I'm gravy. Like I'm loving it. I'm loving life. Trying to get out when it's appropriate and when allowed under lockdown to enjoy the fresh air, and take the car out for a drive when I can. Funnily enough, I am. It's this is the great thing about being self-employed. If some of you don't know, I'm fully self-employed. I don't necessarily, well, technically employed, but technically self-employed. Just the way it's structured. and it allows me to go and try new things, try and try different revenue streams. And after buying quite a nice treat for myself, I thought, well, I can't, you have that sort of entrepreneurial instinct to be like, right, I've got something, can I make it generate money? So I've been listing the car for available for certain events. Some of you might know that I bought a Cayman GT4 a few months ago now, and whilst I can live with the cost of it just as a personal toy, I would like it to be bringing in some money. So been out, took some sort of high quality photos with that. Again, all for business purposes. I wouldn't go and do it just for the sake of doing it against lockdown, all for business purposes. But again, it's a nice excuse. Well, not really an excuse. It's just nice that my toy can come under a business purpose and allow me to still go out and enjoy it and get some nice photos of it for various business uses, shall we just say. I'm not going to put the link because I know what you're all going to do. You're just going to have me come around and drive you around for an hour just to abuse me. And really that's what this evening's about. That's what every Thursday's about, is your chance to abuse the hell out of me. But anyway, on social media, thank you very much, Paul, getting me back on topic. It's a double-edged sword. What can I say? That's probably the long and the short of it. There are many pros, there are many cons to social media, and you can look at this as a communal aspect, you can look at this as a personal aspect, as a business aspect, as an organizational aspect. It's both good and bad. I think overall, up until probably the last year or two, social media has been an overall negative effect on shooting sports, on the shooting community. And I don't think that's inherently social media's fault. I think it's more the utilization of certain groups, certain associations, or the lack thereof. So the antis, very new age, very adaptable, very fluid. Organizations like the Hunt Saboteurs, whilst obviously they're not exactly going to be many, the most popular people within the shooting community, they are very agile. They are coming up with new ways of using social media, be that localized groups, being that organizing their saboteuring, or sabotage, not saboteuring, that's almost like gardening, the sabotage of these hunts. And I think when you look at the wider picture, when you look at sort of pro-gun versus gun control or anti-gun program, the anti-gunners, the gun controllers, again, have been a lot quicker at adapting to this new media and using it to reach more people. So I think overall, the biggest issue with social media and shooting is actually our lack of take-up. It's our lack of using it, to put it simplistic, to put it simply. Look at our organizations, and I know everyone likes a good Basque bash, and yes, Captain Crack, I have looked at onlyguns.co.uk. Everyone likes a bit of Basque bashing, and whilst I don't think they do 100% of everything right, over the last 12 months they have made a quite obvious effort to engage on social media, and I can actually, this isn't just opinion based, this isn't just it looks like they're posting more. I can show you. I'll get up, so anybody that has a business page on Facebook, it has a really cool tool. I would highly recommend that you use this. It's analytics when it comes to social media is you can dress everything up as you like. It all comes down to the analytics. Are you hitting the numbers? Are you reaching people? Are people engaging? So on and so forth. And whilst this isn't maybe apples and oranges, I can show you. So within the back end, within the settings of a Facebook page, you have something called page insights, and you can follow a number of other pages and compare yourself directly to them. I would, if Facebook wasn't so gash and I could get it all on one screen. Let me give that a bit of a stretch. Get the mag lube. Oh, Facebook. I think it did this last week, just slightly less retarded than it's doing now. So I'll bring up this, and you're going to see a number of familiar pages. Again, this isn't private or confidential information. Anyone can go on and see this. So this is a page of analytics. Can you see the point I'm trying to make with Bask actually getting on board with social media, actually pushing forward? And sort of, to be fair, to a point, the NRA, Bask sitting there nearly at 50,000 likes. That's no small feat, especially when their membership's 150,000. So they've got almost a third of their membership on, say an equivalent of a third of their membership on Facebook. The NRA, and this is what you've got to be looking at when you're looking at analytics. It's all well and good saying, oh, well, we've got 34.2 thousand people liking our page. But when you're losing likes, which is what that red arrow is, and obviously the green arrow is gaining likes, when you're losing likes, not posting, and for 34.2 thousand likes, only getting 106 engagement a week, you really do have to ask, what the hell are they doing? Especially when most of the NRA staff are sat at home. So you can see Bask, but for comparison, let's have a look here at EnglishShooting. So, this is probably just like an average week. Let's just say nothing stupendously big, nothing stupendously, small. And, I've actually bothered to go and post. But you compare this to say, let's do, like, British Shooting Show and Northern Shooting Show are interesting ones because they obviously have big peaks at the end of the year, like at certain times in the year. They have a big run up to it, a huge amount of activity during the events, and then it will tail off. So these aren't your average pages, but British Shooting Show does, well, they both do a lot of posting. But let's look at everyone's favourite shooting journalist or wanker. I really don't know what to call him. You just, pick your own name up and go for it. Well, he's posted 21 times this week, or in the last 7 days. 21, that's a lot. That's 3 times a day. It's not really meaningful posting, and you can tell that because he hasn't gained any likes. He hasn't, and he's got 1.8 thousand engagement that week. We'll compare that to EnglishShooting with a quarter of the following. Well, first of all, I've posted a third or a quarter less, and I'm getting actually more engagement because of that. So again, back to Bask, you can see compared to all these big pages, known brands, known names, known companies and associations, Bask are ultimately absolutely smashing the analytic gain on social media. Now, it does come into an argument of, well, are they using that to the best effect? And I think in some ways you've got to walk before you can run. You've got to understand the game. You've got to be able to understand the analytics, the drivers of getting people to engage into content, and you're able to then tailor that to be able to get specific messages out. My biggest problem with Bask is not necessarily what they are doing. My issue with Bask isn't their social media strategy. It is it's the content and the issues that they are focusing on or not focusing on. But that's like a prime example of how Bask are doing a great job at least reaching a lot of people and also getting people to engage with their content. So this page, this insights page, I've followed for a number of years. I use it very, very closely to monitor the page against others, see what other people are doing, and what they're up to. And Bask has significantly improved over the last 12 to 24 months. So you're back onto social media and shooting. If we use the social media, all of the negatives of, say, the antis, like the hunt saboteurs and gun control organizations using social media against us, well, we can use it against them. And another very good case, whilst not, for the Mars or the 50 cal or for the firearm safety consultation, Bask did a brilliant sort of almost like guerrilla warfare campaign against Chris Packham and the antis. They did that very, very effectively. And it was really the first time that I saw a big organization using social media in a way that I would. you know, taking pot shots at people. You get people like Duncan Thomas being quite aggressive online against antis and against these organizations, and it just seems like Basque seem to have got it a little bit more. I just wish that they would use it more for the target shooting and target sports rather than just the game. So in terms of exposure, we've been our own worst enemies over the last sort of 5-10 years. That's why the channel started up, because, well, I didn't think people were doing a good enough job in terms of explaining things and putting the resource and putting the information out there. So exposure's within our control. You can use that whichever way you want to. Obviously, one of the biggest pitfalls of social media is being muted, is cancel culture, is being removed off of Facebook, and we're seeing that more and more. There was there've been various waves over the year. Rack and Load got taken down for a while. There's been some big pages. I think it was British Shooting. The GB organization, they got taken down as well. Or no, was it the ISSC? Was it? It was some sort of Olympic shooting organization. They got taken down from Facebook. So that's a massive negative. You could be like Basque. You could pick up 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 likes on Facebook, and then in the blink of an eye, because Facebook doesn't think that you are conforming to their guidelines, it could be just taken away in a second. So that's a major negative. We are always going to be on the back foot on that. We're never going to see the likes of the Hunt Saboteurs being taken down, or Gun Control Network, or the League Against Cruel Sports being taken down, because they are campaigning for things that are ultimately like at the heart of Facebook, of the sort of left-leaning liberal ideology. So we're always in an uphill struggle on that. So, is it a curse? Is it a blessing? Well, it's a blessing if we use it to its maximum, if we use it to gain the exposure, to reach new people, to get more people in the sport. But it could be a curse in the sense that we could end up having our voice removed very, very quickly and very, very easily, and then the exposure is just completely outweighed because you've got all of the antis doing it, and you've got nothing to be able to retort on. Obviously, and this I think is very important for anybody getting into the sport, starting out within shooting sports, is the quite obvious police dislike of social media, and well, the dislike of social media, but also the dislike of certificate holders and gun owners, certainly in the UK, of posting on it. And there is this very blurred line, and it's one of my biggest frustrations, is that there is absolutely no guidance or there's no mention of the internet or social media anywhere within the latest firearms guidance. So yes, good character, yes, of high moral standing, yes, criminal records, this, that and the other, but there is absolutely no guidance out there. Like, there's guidance for security measures, right? It might not be exactly to the letter of what the police is going to ask you to do, but it gives you an idea. And at the moment, there is absolutely no guidance. There's no help to decipher what is allowable, what is favourable or unfavourable for firearms owners in the UK to be able to post on social media. And obviously, I can wave the flag on that one in terms of coming a cropper, is, I was exercising what I believe to be my right to freedom of speech, talking about sensitive, controversial topics, but to open up conversation, and obviously that was frowned upon. The subject matter and the topic was disliked, and certainly the manner in which it was done and the demeanor. I've said a million times I would 100% go back and do that differently. But no one said that. No one. The police never gave any guidance or there's nothing out there to say, well, you shouldn't do this, and unfortunately that allows a lot of people to become quite scared in posting, because a lot of new shooters are under the belief that if you post any pictures of your guns on social media, the police will come and take them away. I actually had a friend, a college friend, when I got my Silver Pigeon, my first ever firearm. I got my shotgun certificate. I got the Beretta Silver Pigeon 1 for my 21st birthday, and brought it home, and I took a picture, and it was literally just on the sofa, took a picture, and I put it out on my social media. This was well before EnglishShooting, and I ended up getting a private message from an old college friend who had seen it and actually worked in Hampshire FLD, the firearms licensing department at the time, and said, I would take that down if I was you. I said, okay, can you, they explained that they worked for the licensing department. So I was like, okay, well, you should know what you're doing. And they said, well, the police won't like it. You're giving away information that you own a gun, that you, that you're giving away security information. I said, well, to be honest, my sofa isn't the most secure anyway. Like, I'm not going to keep the gun in the sofa. I'm not putting pictures of the security arrangements. I'm not putting pictures of the safe. I'm not giving any information out there to be able to locate my house. What's the issue here? Oh, the police just don't like guns being shared on social media. So it's like, okay. So I did obviously what anyone else would do and started a whole social media channel on shooting in the UK and started posting loads of pictures of guns. Because at the end of the day, posting a picture of your legally owned firearm and legally owned property is not against the law. Yes, you've got to be sensible about it, and that really is the caveat, guys, is that if you aren't going to be putting pictures and certainly if you're going to be putting videos out, you have to be 100% sure that you're not giving away anything that is going to compromise your safety. And it's not necessarily about security, it's about your safety. There are some incredibly bad people out there that will do some incredibly bad things to get hold of your firearms. So for your own safety, don't be an idiot and, people say advertise it out there. Well, what is advertising it? Yes, if you stand in front of your house with a dropped pin with coordinates going, I live here, then yeah, that's sort of advertising the fact. But George Digweed, is he advertising the fact that he has guns? Is Amber Hill advertising the fact that she has guns? Is any of the, high profile sportsmen and women from the UK, when they're going and competing, advertising that they have guns? Are you advertising that you have guns when you go to the range? Are you advertising that you have guns when you join a social media group on Facebook? So I think the whole not posting pictures and not posting videos is more of a police wish, but that really shows again you're struggling uphill from day one. The police, whilst they can't necessarily stop you from posting, let's say safe images or safe videos, they don't want you to be doing it. So it doesn't take much, that you only have to overstep the mark very, very slightly. And I would say, my case wasn't necessarily slightly over the line. On reflection, what did I expect to happen? But there are people like, one of the classic stories that was told many years ago was a father put up a picture of their young child shooting a handgun, and like literally next day police were at their door, where's the handgun? And he's like, sorry, what? He's like, you posted a picture of your son shooting a handgun, where's the handgun? He said, well, if you're watching my social media that closely, you would have seen that like 3 weeks ago I was out in America. Oh, okay, well, we're going to take your firearms licenses away from you. Why? Because you're posting inappropriate images on Facebook. And this happened. I think he got his licenses back shortly thereafter, because it was utterly ridiculous. There's another case of somebody posted. So you see it all the time on Facebook. You see it all the time on magazines. I could probably reach. No, I threw them all away, actually. They were just cluttering up my shelf. I could probably go and get a shooting magazine tomorrow that has a picture of a gun laid on a load of kills. So they'd gone out and done like 50 pigeons, and had laid the gun on the pigeons like you do. I've never done it, but like you see on Facebook. Took a picture of it and put it out on Facebook. He lost his licenses. Well, they revoked his certificates because it was not a acceptable image to put out there. And pretty much the appeal was them stood there with like, Shooting UK or Shooting News, or one of the big sort of country shooting magazines, with pretty much the same image. It's slightly different, maybe a slightly different bird, or it wasn't a pigeon, it might be grouse or whatever, and slightly different shotgun, but the same construction of the image. And they're stood there in court going, wait, I lost my licenses for this, and yet the big magazines are putting it on their covers every single week. needless to say, he got his licenses back pretty quickly. But it's these pitfalls that you really have to be aware of, and unfortunately, because there is no guidance, because there is no law on the use of social media by certificate holders in the UK, it gets made up. And we like to say that these organizations and offices like to make up the rules as they go along. I don't, in this case, I don't actually mean that in a derogatory way. They literally are making up the rules as they go along because there is no rules. Another con of social media moves at such a rapid pace that like laws and legislation have been at least 5 years behind at even the best point, and it's only getting faster. It's only getting quicker in terms of the the rate at which social media is adapting and changing. So how as gun owners we're ever meant to keep a tab on what we can and can't do, what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable, and I liken the conversation down the pub. Many years ago, you would have had a controversial conversation down the pub with a load of friends, and people might have overheard it, but you'd have a group of people having this private conversation, and things would have been said in that conversation that I don't think most people would put out there on for the world to see. I was going to say online, but that sort of contradicts the point I'm trying to make. Would necessarily flash that out to the world. But now you have, certainly under lockdown, you don't have these communal spaces to go and have these face-to-face conversations in groups. So you have Facebook groups, you have Messenger groups, you have these pockets of the internet, and a lot of people think that they're private. Nothing on Facebook is private. Like, even if it's a private group, it's not private. And it does make me laugh. Again, something else, please always bear in mind, no matter if you're posting something on Facebook, be that in a private messenger, screenshot is a thing. If you're posting it in a group, again, screenshot is a thing, or anywhere on Facebook, it's not private. But these are now these communal spaces that, let's say, comparably used to be, mates down the pub many years ago. They're now happening on social media, and what I've seen over as I've grown up is conversations, controversy. Whilst we live in a council, in an offended society, in this council culture society, topics are discussed, online now or out in the open, topics that would have never been touched upon publicly before. And it's because we've adapted as a society. We have these, say, more private segments of the internet that we go in, and we're with like-minded people, and you are going to have a conversation that maybe the greater public thinks is a bit out there or a bit controversial, but within the context of that group makes a lot of sense. And it's taking these like pub-like conversations that are happening on social media and exploding them for the world to see because someone's offended about it. And that's the danger. So if you're going to put something online, whilst I embrace free speech, whilst I embrace people tackling and discussing controversial and difficult subjects, if you're going to do it as a UK firearms owner, as a UK firearm or certificate shotgun certificate holder, you need to be very, very careful what you put out online. So that's a potential con is a hunt saboteur or somebody at the League Against Cruel Sports, they don't have to worry about what they put out on social media, because unless it's hate speech, unless it's promoting violence, they can voice any opinion they want because they're not a firearms owner. If you're a firearms owner, the line is a lot closer than you think. So yes, the police dislike of social media is a big con, and I really wish that they would understand it a bit better. They would give a little bit more sort of leeway with it, and understand that people are having fairly normal conversations. They're just happening on a more public platform rather than in the pubs. So anyway, that's just 20 minutes of me having a bit of a chat to myself, to you guys. What What do you guys think? I've got a few other points as well. A con of social media. This is one that Basque plays quite a lot. Is the older generations are left out. So for us as a predominantly sort of older sport, the average age of a shooter in the UK is going to be above 40. Let's be honest. Social media is a new age technology. It's for everyone, but it's certainly the younger generations that adapt to it quicker and use it a lot more, which leaves the older shooters. So if the majority of our community is of a non-social media age, let's just call it that, we're going to be at a disadvantage as a community because we can't communicate as effectively as, say, a hobby or a sport that is aimed more at younger people. So yeah, that's another point. Let's leave that. I want to see what you guys. I like to just go off on one all the time, but let's see what you guys are saying. Michael Hepworth, not on Twitter anymore. I am on Twitter. I despise it as a platform. Even before the latest, I stopped using it maybe like 2-3 years ago. I put the occasional tweet on there. I make the occasional dig at someone if I'm feeling particularly enraged that evening. But it's a platform to just go and have arguments with idiots on. And it's like, I've got better things to be doing with my time now. When I first started the channel, all for it. Spent many a night on Twitter getting into meaningless getting into meaningless arguments with people that I was never going to win over. I just wanted to win the argument, and so did they. And 4 hours later, I didn't think people still engaged on Facebook. Yes, Facebook's still one of the biggest platforms in the world. Michael Hepworth, 26.3k on YouTube, but only 5.3k on Facebook. Yeah. If you're not following me on Facebook, guys, go and give it a like. Pretty much these streams, anything that happens sort of then and there, which is newsworthy, let's just say, or it's a point that's important that I think to the community, or just a bit funny. It always goes first out on the Facebook page. So if you want to keep up to date with what's going on, any general shooting news, any news with the channel, any guns for review, or just what we're up to, then go and follow and go and like the Facebook page. It's English Shooting, fairly easy to find, same logo, all that. There's also an English Shooting group. Actually, that's something that I wanted to discuss. I had somebody contact me about the English Shooting Facebook group, about renaming it, because it's exactly the same name as the Facebook page. So if you have any, no, not English Gary, like, before you even say it, guys, not English Gary, do you have any other, why am I even bothering? Do you have any name suggestions for the English Shooting Facebook group to differentiate it from English Shooting, not English Gary? But yeah, go over there. Make sure you like it. Make sure you follow it. All the latest news and everything's on there. I will say, I know this is a little bit petty, but I do take great pleasure in that. So what was the NRA? So English Shooting's on like 5,000 likes on Facebook. The NRA of the UK, 34,000 likes. So yeah, they're not doing too bad. Does anyone want to take a guess what their YouTube subscription is? What their YouTube subs are? Anyone? 10,000, 5,000, 20,000, 1,000. I haven't actually had a look for a while. NRA UK, and we, I'm sort of setting you guys up here because we were talking earlier about the lack of sort of uptake of social media for our big organisations. 586 subscribers on the UK NRA YouTube channel. So would you look at that? Whoops. I mean, it is funny, like when you type in NRA UK and hello. Let's see if there's anything more. Oh, I'm that one. I am in. If you want to go and watch it. Oh, and yes, topic for later on. But yes, yeah, you search for UK NRA and bosh. That's an interesting video, actually. I did a lot of research on that one, if you want to go and watch it. And a lot of the same stuff is going on at the moment. Savebisley.com or .co.uk. Definitely go and check that out. But anyway, the NRA of the UK, you know, you would think that they would have some budget to be able to maybe get more than 586 subscribers. But there we go, you know. They're trying, I guess. Moving on. What's 6, 2 million, 12, 42, 600? Who was the closest? What was it? It's 586. Cheesecake, you are the closest. You win nothing. I'm sorry. If guys, if you want some free swag, and you do want a prize just for being awesome yourselves, go over to the UK Shooting Discord. Please, Oliver, somebody put a link in for me, or just scroll right up to the top of this of the chat that you're going to see there. And yeah, you can get some free swag, but it's only for members or only people that are in the UK Shooting Discord. It's worth it. Trust me. The English Gary group. No, Stephen, it's not happening. English Gaza. Oh no. See, English Shooting Community, Michael, thank you for a sensible suggestion there. I think that's probably the best one, but like everyone does that. It's like everyone does the community. I think it was like the Rack and Load community. It's the Firearms UK community. You know, so it's like that's my backup option if I can't think of anything else. But Gary English Shooting, the Gary English Shooting group, sort of has a ring for it. Although that's GESG. Just you can't have any like rude acronyms. LGBT plus Metal Friends Club. Is that for the group or something else? Oh, my door has decided to open on its own. It's the Basque ghosts. No, I have to be careful, because if I leave my door open, I will have 2 terriers here within a flash. And I actually have a few toys that they're going mad for at the moment, and they'll just be pestering me. But anyway, English pop bang. English real steel. Oh, sort of like that. That's ES care. What are you saying? I'm not that old. English Shooting Crash. Well, you are a bunch of children. UK Firearms Group. I think a little bit too close to UK Firearms UK. Conrad, you might have won that. You might have actually won the game on that one. Us wankers from English Shooting. No, it should be us wankers from UK Shooting Discord. The Basque ghost is observing. Absolutely. The shooty Facebook groupie. I sort of like that one as well. These are all awesome. I'm gonna have to make a note of these. And I was gonna say then the shooty Facebook groupie. Oh, it can't be anything too shooting. English Shooting sort of gives the game away on that already. The Worldwide Associated Target Shooters, or TWATs for short. Or it might have to be that. I might have to just rename the whole channel to all of that. UK Double Alpha. I'm sure there's going to be a company that has a problem with that. But thanks anyway, bud. Where's this free swag on the Discord? Look in the Hall of Fame. In the Hall of Fame segment, it's in there. I'll just show you it. Let's go to the. Oh god, this is warning. I'm about to join the Discord. Warning, guys. I cannot be held responsible for anything that is said or put in this place. It's a wild place. Where am I going? I'm going there. Yes, I still use the Facebook. I still use the web page. I don't use the app. UK Shooting. Let's go find it. Oh no, Ezra. Oh no. Why? Let's go Hall of Fame. Oh, this is going to be. Oh yeah. So apparently, I contacted Atlantic Optical today, which is the company that Daniel runs. Is Dan here? Yes, he is. Oh yes, he is. Oh, sorry, Daniel. It's too late. You've already been doxxed. It's on the Discord. Like anything on the Discord, you're screwed, right? So it's already there. Sorry. So yes, do you make tiny frames for chickens? Submitted via, yeah. Apparently I did that. It wasn't. But Daniel did get a nice other message from me later on that day. This is what you want. So, some of you may know that there is a Connors sticker. They're actually behind me. I haven't transferred it, have I? No, I haven't. It's still just me, isn't it? Yeah. Let's there we go. That makes so I didn't dox you, Daniel, but I'll do that in a second. Don't you worry. So this is the Hall of Fame post. So if you go into, I can't believe I just did all of that. I thought you guys were watching the thing. Anyway, let's just I've completely lost it. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, these stickers, the Connors stickers, which are conveniently placed all around. Here we go. Here he is, keeping me company, even though he's not here. If you want a free one, you can get a free one by going into the UK Shooting Discord. So anyway, now that I've shown you that, I can actually show you the Discord. Let's go back into it. So this is the post. So go down to the Hall of Fame, and you can see that actually, if I'm putting this out online, it's not just for the UK Shooting Discord anymore, is it? That's a slight oversight because you've just seen the code. Anyway, whoops. Sorry, Connors. It's hard, all right? I've got to do so many things while streaming. I didn't think about that. But anyway, you know, you're all here watching the stream. You can have a free sticker. There you go. Go for it. Just use that and you get a free sticker. Anyway, but is Daniel really against the doxing? Anyway, someone sent this to his company. I might not just zoom in so close to his company name, but his company got this message today. Daniel likes chickens, by the way, and sells glasses, so that's the context for this one. But apparently it came from me. There you go. I thought you could see that. Let's get away from Discord. It's making my mind melt. Anyway, I'd have a kernel patch. Absolutely. Apart from the fact that KFC will sue you 100%, as they threatened to do with me. Well, no, you can have one, actually. You can have a kernel sticker. You just can't put photos of it online. Anyway. Callum, I have 10 of the ultra rare. Oh, that's why you're talking about it. You can give away. Awesome. Okay. Maybe next stream, David, if you can get them to me for next stream, I will obviously give a big shout out to KFC, as I always do, because it's my home office brew club. They're one of the best. They are the best. One of the best. They are the best club in the UK because there's no politics. There's no bullshit. You just turn up and shoot. And you don't shoot any of that boring target rifle bollocks. You go and shoot practical and 3-gun. Says the name on the stream, brother. Whoopsie. It's in the Discord, Daniel. You should have just. It's in the Discord. I wait. Sorry. Everyone knows where Daniel works anyway. Right, it's no surprise. I could find him quite easily. Oh, yeah. I'm not on it tonight. I'm really not on it. It's been a long day. I was up early. I'm gonna be up late. Oh, it's fine because I have beer. Beer just allows you to be an adult. Just there would literally be no way to function without it. Really makes me look like an alcoholic. I really don't actually drink that much. I have 1 or 2 on a live stream, and we get some beer in for a Friday night, and that's it. There's knob all else to do in the during lockdown, isn't there? Also, Tom, thank you for dropping that. When you say they're not the best club, I mean maybe we should have a Froome versus KFC match, and not on gallery. Like, I'm talking like a mini rifle shoot, because KFC has Ben Ducker. You're gonna lose. English shooting is a practical FUD. No, I'm like a reverse FUD. You know? What do you mean wood? Ugh, get it away from me. It's not a real gun if it's got wood on it. Apart from an over and under. But anyway, Tom, thank you for reminding me. Because Tom, I can't really. I need to censor this because otherwise I'm definitely going to get the stream pulled. Do I have anything? Do I have like a post-it note or blue tack or no? Oh, I really want to show you. Where is it? Should I? Oh no, I'm definitely going to end up showing a nipple. Yep, it's that saucy. Let's just tear a page off of this. Like, I know this is going to be weird, but it's going to work. There we go. Hide her modesty. Please don't fall off. So yeah, I got sent this before the stream. Now I do want to put it out there that this is not. I did not make this. To be honest, I'm much better at Photoshop. And the person that sent this to me did not make it. But it is literally made my week. Yep. Paint me like one of your Silverstone girls. Whoever's come up with that, whoever has done that, genius. That is pure genius right there. I can expect an email in the morning. Anyway, hope you like that. Yeah. Yeah, I quite like that. Oh, I thought we were getting OnlyFans content. No. Oh, no, that should definitely be when I finally get round to doing my own OnlyFans. That should definitely be one of the pictures on there. That's for sure. But yeah, there we go. There's obviously, you know, with tracks being closed and ranges being closed, you know, the owners of Silverstone Shooting Centre, they've had to find new ways of income, and, you know, modelling and posing for photos. That's, I mean, what pays the bills, right? You've got to do what pays the bills. But there we go. I genuinely like spat out a bit of drink when I saw that earlier. That was absolutely hilarious. Anyway, we'll dabble in and out of the shooting / social media as the stream goes on. There's other stuff to talk about it. But can I put that picture on? Yes, Captain Crack. I'm sorry, everyone. Stand by. I'm gonna ping it to you in the Discord. It's happening. It's like what I should. Genius. You guys should just run the stream. You really should. It would be much better. What am I doing? I need to save it. That's definitely a photo I don't have to want to explain to my girlfriend. Why have you got a picture of this weird looking man from the Titanic? Anyway, let's so I'm going to send it in Discord, Captain. Aye, Captain. So stand by. Let me know when it's up. Here we go. It's on its way. Oh, beautiful. I might have to. Can you just leave that up for like the next week, because I'll have so much fun with it. Let me know. Let me know when it's up. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh yes, big news. Let's get away from a bit of John bashing. Not like that. Big news in the shooting world. Certainly, like, I don't care if you guys are interested in this or not, because it's like made Connors and I there's a lot of year making going on at the moment. So some of you may have seen, if you haven't seen this video, go and watch it, because if you're a fan of this channel, you're most likely a fan of practical shooting. I might have bludgeoned you into it enough by now. And Manku Man, what has John done to upset you? What hasn't he done? Is probably a better question. I don't know. There's been a long and fruitful history. But yes, a video went out on the channel this week, and this is about the speed line, that's the new Nova Speed. And whilst I like pump action shotguns in terms of, like, say the 870, I used to have an 870 Wingmaster, like a classic one. Don't buy a new one, get an old one. And I loved it because it was a pump. Like, this is the first pump that I've looked at and gone, me wanty. It's just I don't know how you could make this gun better looking. So of course I've done a whole video going over it, but just as a quick, it's just ready to go. Now, talking to Connors and looking at it over time, there are a few things that could be potentially needed to be done to it. A couple of minor tweaks, but you're talking maybe like half an hour's worth of on the bench at a gun shop. This thing is ready to go, and I really do think that I think we can say that this is the most ready out of the box gun that we've ever seen. You know, you've got the comfort tech, you've got all of the enlarged controls, you've got, you know, that's not even the big side of the port cut. Like, that looks like a big no, don't play. That looks like a big port cut. That's not. That's actually the shallower side of the port cut. The other side is just monstrous. You know, the red with the grey and the white accents. Oh, and shorter pump handle. You've got the slug sights. You've got the extended tube. You've got the barrel clamp, the extended chokes, the enlarged bead on the front, and of course they are going to be doing a an M2 speed as well. So yeah, if you want to learn more about that, go and watch the video. But for anyone into practical shooting, like, you know, game changer, I know it gets thrown around a lot. It's a bit cliche, maybe a little bit overused, but I think it is a game changer. I really think it's going to set the bar of what you can call a practical shotgun. I mean, you know, the 1301, when it first came out, the original 1301 comp, people were like, you know, tripping over themselves for it. I was tripping over myself for it. I went and bought one. It just blew everything else out of the water at that time. The M2 speed makes the 1301 comp, the original, you know, look like a Hatsan in comparison. Like, you know, no offense to Hatsan owners, you know, don't want to upset you, you're a fragile bunch, but it's just ready to go. Like, Connors was arguing that the later B12i from Breeder is pretty good, apart from it being a breeder. But anyway, the you know, Benelli, Beretta, when it comes to shotguns, like, you know, in terms of usable, rugged, reliable shotguns, Benelli and Beretta are very, very hard to beat. So yeah, very, very much looking forward to the speed lines coming up. Practical bunny bashing, no. I don't think it would be an IPSC approved match. Let's say that. Love that. Okay, yeah. So let me know what you think about it in terms of the speed. I know Connors is already set on an overspeed. He's getting one. He's like, there's no question. I'm having one. It's just when. It's not if. It's when. And whilst my M2, well, not my M2, the M2 that I use is pretty tricked out. It's still nowhere near the speed. So practical high pheasant coming soon. Yeah, we used to have jokes about that. Yeah, it's actually against the law to use anything more than a 2+1 on pheasants. If you didn't know that, so you can't. Yes, you can use a semi-auto, but it has to be a restricted capacity. And I think you'd be very lucky to find a traditional game shoot in the UK that will allow you on with a semi-auto, unless it's the I can't remember what it was. It was like the, you know, Benelli Trugolo Fogolo or something like that. You know, it was like a £50,000 hand engraved semi-auto Benelli, and it was actually at the World Gunmakers evening that I saw it. There's a video on the channel somewhere. Why don't I find it? This you know, don't make it easy for myself, do I? World Gun Makers evening. Oh, I'm first. That's cool. I like it when that happens. So World Gun Makers evening 1 year ago. There's a bit of waffle of me at the front of it, but what else is new? Let's see if I can find it. Is that it? I mean, there was some absolutely stunning, like, this is really the upper echelons of of gun making. Like the whole evening, it had all sorts of, you know, big names, and you could see things being crafted and engraved right then and there, and shotguns that are worth more than your house, and some familiar faces as well. I know the Discord is trying very, very hard to get him into the Discord. I'm desperately trying to find this semi-auto. I think that might have been it. Let's play that out. There we go. So I think I might even show the price of it, but that's like, there you go, Benelli semi-auto, custom engraving, like exhibition grade wood. Yeah, 50. Damn, I got a good memory. Although, you know, I'm £8,000 out. One of only 10 in the world. So what is it then? It's a Benelli Magnifico. English is not my strong point, and any other language can just get fucked. Whoops, serial number. Sorry, guys. Chamber 3-inch. Yeah, that's it. £57,995 for a semi-auto. But what a gun. That's the same standard of engraving you're going to get, you know, on the most expensive, say, over and unders and side by sides. But yeah, that's. I mean, what about turning up to a practical match with one of those? How about that? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So you want some practical bunny bashing? That's how you do some practical bunny bashing and look like a gentleman at all times. So yes, you could go on to a game day with one of these, absolutely no problem. I don't think, if you're the sort of person that has £58,000 to spend on a shotgun, I don't think really anyone can tell you what to do, because you're probably paying everyone there anyway. So but yeah, that's the sort of semi-auto, no problem at all, you can go on a game day with. Mate, that's ugly. Oh, no class. It's a thing of beauty from the craftsmanship of it. Like, yes, there are more beautiful guns, but the craftsmanship that has gone into making that's, you know, thousands of hours of work, hand engraved, all the exhibition grade wood that has been, you know, hand checkered and hand fitted. That's a lot of craftsmanship. That's a lot of work, a lot of skill. Looks like a gun a footballer would buy. Yeah, I suppose. But you know, your footballer turning up to a game day, that is the sort of gun they're going to turn up with, isn't it? You know, or it's going to be something like out of Only Fools and Horses. So I did see a question earlier that was fairly genuine. There we go. What would be a good entry level practical gun, particularly for Section 2? I imagine a good Section 2 gun may be very different from a good Section 1 gun. No, actually, on the last point, something that makes us a good Section 2 gun doesn't necessarily, like, if it's a good Section 2 gun, it's going to be a good Section 1 gun in terms of its performance and usability, because really the only difference is a tube. So there are some things you've got to watch out for, though, in terms of certain guns that you can and can't get. The best gun I would say to go out and buy as a shotgun certificate holder getting into practical and wanting to get your FAC is a Benelli M2, because you can buy a Benelli M2 in a Section 2 format, in a 2+1 configuration, restricted from the factory, restricted from either Benelli or GMK, and that will be a 2+1 Benelli field, which is the gun that I shoot. Now, yes, with stuff like the M2 Speed coming out, the field is a bit like, well, I might as well spend the extra whatever it's going to be and have something that is ready to go. But it depends how long it's going to take you to get your FAC. If you're talking a year or two, I think the time invested in training with that M2 field, and you can get pretty much everything done to it. So, you know, you buy a 2+1, you buy a Section 2, and you can then get the port done. Well, the port has no effect on Section 1, Section 2. It will load exactly the same, spring and tube aside. So you can get the port work done. You can put an extended charging handle on it. You can put in a large bolt release on it. You can play around with the sights, play around with the optics, get your chokes for it. You can have everything ready to go, everything modded. You can polish out the latch. You can what else do you do? You put a shot saver on it, put an option 3 loader on it, all these things. And then when it comes to getting your section 1, you can do it yourself. I would advise going to a gun shop and having somebody competent both with a spanner and and the law to do it for you. But if you have a shotgun certificate and a firearm certificate, you can give a gun to yourself. So you can cross it off your shotgun certificate and sign it onto your FAC as a gift from yourself to yourself. That instantly makes the section 2 section 1, meaning that you can then open up. Now you need to get a new internal tube or an internal magazine, but they're like 30-40 quid and can be fitted in 5 minutes. I think Connors charges, I think it's 50 quid all in to do it. So that's the new tube and fitting it. Takes 5 or 10 minutes. You can damage the gun doing it, and this is why I say take it to a gun shop. You can do it yourself, but some people have buggered their guns doing it. It's just you're using a lot of heat, a lot of force. Sometimes things happen. So you change it out. We'll take a gun shop, 5-10 minutes, and then you're ready to go. You put an extended tube on it, or you can do what I've done with the Stoeger M3000, which is a 2+1, is I've put the extended tube on it. It's still the 2+1 configuration. The internal tube is still restricted, but it's got the length of the full length tube, which allows me to practice with it and to get used to the swing and the feel of a section 1 gun. So the M2 field in section 2 I think is the best section 2 shotgun to go for PSG, because it will grow with you. You'll be able to put all the money into it and not have to go and buy something else when you get your licenses. You spend 50 quid, get it converted, signing it onto your FAC, and all of that money and modification and training you've done with that gun isn't thrown away. If you're looking for a budget option, the M3000, which is what I went. I unfortunately didn't stop being poor, and the M3000 was really the only available option for me. So I started training with that and not an M2. In hindsight, I wish I'd started training with the M2 in a section 2 rather than the M3000. The M3000, I believe, might also be discontinued. There's a few floating about. The M3000 again is a great gun to grow with. They're really, really cheap. You can almost look at it that you're going to keep it in section 2, shoot it, train with it, and then go and buy something else, because they're like £300. But because it's effectively an M2, just cheap, just Stoeger, you can grow with it. You can put another tube on it. I think I actually have a tube set aside for that gun. It's when I eventually at some point get my licenses back, I may convert it to section 1 and sign it onto my licenses. So and again, having the tube is not an issue. It's not a legal implication. It's about intent, and if I intended to do it, I would have done it. It's kept separate. I think it's actually kept quite far separate from the gun for that exact reason. But yeah, that's ready to go. That's ready to be converted. That's ready to be converted from section 2 to section 1. It's a really cheap gun. I think I've more than had my money's worth out of the M3000. Like it's been a fantastic gun all round. I think bang for buck. You really can't go wrong with it. So yeah, anyway, long story short, M3000 or Benelli M2, section 2 variants, you can convert them to section 1 later down the line. There we go. It's not, if I'm going to be technical, Colin, it's not actually my Stoeger. It's the Stoeger that I use. I didn't buy it. It's a Stoeger that's just always been about for me to borrow, either at a club level or as a demo gun in the shop. So yeah, you can but it's effectively there for whenever I get my licenses. So there's a few guns you know, that will be instantly signed on. You know, guns that I had prior that I did purchase, but guns that have being, I don't know what's the best phrase for it. They're just, you know, people have been kind, let's say, and they've put aside guns for me to be able to use under the certain circumstances. I don't own them. I haven't paid for them. I haven't bought them. You know, it's a really grey area on that. Callum, can you put up a picture of that new Russian semi with all the digital bolts on it? Oh, you mean the AK, the AK shotgun. Let's see if I can find it. The thing is, I can't spell, which doesn't help things. There we go. It's the Kalashnikov Smart Shotgun. Let's have a look at this then. I've seen various pictures going along. I think it's more of a concept than a full-fledged product at the moment. I might be wrong with that. That might be why there's a lot of hype with it. But it's meant to have all sorts of integrations and like all sorts of technology with it. I mean, where's his option? Where's his shot saver? You should have a shot saver, right? All that tech built in, and he hasn't got a shot saver. So I can't remember exactly, but that's it. It's definitely an intriguing one to look at. It's but it's got all sorts of sensors and tech built into the gun. I'm sure this is now going to show us what that is. Okay, that's funky. You can, you know, what's that called? Post office mode. You can, I don't speak Russian. It's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Oh, fuck off. Why do you need Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in a gun? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. It's basically like Lego for your gun. But fucking Wi-Fi. Jesus. You're meant to be shooting the thing, not posting it on bloody Instagram. Although that's exactly what I do, I guess. So anyway. Yep, there's a... Oh, yep, you can laser. You can flashlight. Daniel, triggered. That's definitely an O-light, Daniel. Just FYI. And yeah, you can go sliding into walls with it. You can, bit of 45-degree action there. You should definitely have a 45-degree red dot. If you need to hand, you should go to Silverstone Shooting Centre. They can sort them out there. You can hit targets with it, sort of. I don't know. I don't know what it's meant to be. I know it's meant to be a shotgun, but the first shotgun for iPhone. Jesus Christ. There we go. There's it in white. It's very much like the Chris Defiance, which is not a good, start, if I'm going to be completely honest. Imagine a shotgun that records every action and transmits the information to your smartphone. But why? It resembles a video game weapon, a futuristic shotgun. Like, yes, your shot timer. Yes, you're doing your training and all of that. It's gonna help, I guess. But you're adding more weight to the gun. Like, are you ever going to need that sort of tech in a battle zone? Like, what market is it for? Is it police? Is it law enforcement? Is it competition? Is it home defense? Is it bird shooting? I mean, I think someone just did it because they could, not necessarily because it needed to be done. If I'm going to be honest, but it's cool. It's there's a lot of engineering there, and to build electronics that are going to live up to the sort of abuse that gun is potentially going to see. Some coder, excuse me, what a gift from yourself to yourself. So when you buy or sell guns off or onto your certificate, if you haven't bought something, if you haven't paid money for it, it's given. So somebody, another certificate holder can give you a gun, and you would write on your certificate where it's says sold and all that. You just put given, because it hasn't been bought, it hasn't been sold to you. It's given. And technically, the way you got to look at it is your firearm certificate and your shotgun certificate are two different people. So your shotgun certificate is giving a gun to your firearm certificate in order to make it Section 1. That's like the simplest way I can explain it, I guess. I want one so that the Wi-Fi can activate the dildo put up my arse per trigger pull. I mean, I've read it. I'm not going to let the comments sit there. Yes, I am. I mean, whatever you're into, that's, I identify as an Apache attack helicopter. If you want a gun that bums you as you shoot, that's more the power to you. I mean, mag lube, just FYI, if you're into that sort of stuff. For millennials, yes, but the millennial is going to be sat there. They're not going to be using the gun. They're going to be sat there doing this. Why have I got so many notifications from Discord? That cannot be a good thing. Oh dear. Oh yes, we've got some news updates. Let's go to everyone's favourite UK shooting website. And we can go, onlyguns.co.uk. Here we come. Oh no, it's, I forgot, it's not censored. Captain, you were meant to censor it for me. What have you done? Oh no, I'm definitely getting the channel taken down. Fuck it. Damn it. I might have to completely delete the video. Captain Crack, you were meant to blur it. Callum, aren't you a millennial? It depends what you class as a millennial. Yeah, all that effort put in that fucking bit of paper on my phone, and Captain Crack has just spoilt it. What do you define as a millennial? I think it's, what is it, like 1989. I was born in 91, so technically by that metric, but I am not. Why are we still looking at this? Sorry guys, I was meant to. There we go. That's better. That's the firearm safety consultation, by the way, which I will remind you to fill in if you haven't already. Yeah, that's me. Fine, you'll censor it. Please let me know once it's censored, and we can look at it a little bit more. Sorry, YouTube, that was completely by accident. I mean, it was only a nipple. I'm sort of tempted to go searching on YouTube now for a nipple and see. I mean, it's a famous film, and I say this stream is not for kids. This stream is not for kids, YouTube. Don't let the kids anywhere near these people or this stream. They will be mentally scarred for life. I'm a year younger. I'm actually one of the youngest in my year. Yeah, sad times. 81 to 1996 are millennials. So I'm like right bang in the middle of that one then. Comrade, are there any good gas shotguns out there with adjustable gas systems? It seems like all the complaints about the light loads would be rectified by making it adjustable like most other types of semi-auto. I believe the 1301 Comp Pro has certainly been adjusted over the Comp. But they are adjustable if you know what you're doing. I don't think it's meant to be necessarily a user tweakable thing, but if you know the right people at GMK, they can get you different spring plates and springs and all that, and you can adjust them. So they are adjustable to a certain extent. Callum, it was art. Yes, it was pure art. I prefer the picture to your bedroom. Sorry, what do you mean? More than my face? Oh no. The Tigris has an adjustable gas, but very new AR style shotty. Yes, it's also sold by a company I will not recommend. And let's just leave it at that. I've already jabbed enough bears tonight. Put it as educational. If you search naked yoga, you get stuff far worse than that. Makes me question YouTube's guidelines. Yes, it wasn't meant to be rude. Again, Captain Crack, if English Shooting gets taken down, I will find you. He's busy blowing out a big nipple at the moment. Come back, Captain Crack. Sounds like Taifu shot by chimps. Yes, it is. Yeah, like, everyone's raving about it. FYI, guys, the Tigris is just a rebranded UTAS. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe they've got rid of all the issues and all of the problems, which there were many when it came to the UTAS. But it is it's like, we are 99% sure that it is at the same factory. We're 99% sure it's the same bloody people doing it, making it. So yeah, it's they've just rebranded it and now they're just selling it as something else. Not if I find you first. Oh, is that a promise? I'll leave the door open. Have you corrected it yet? Is it safe? Is it English Shooting safe? Only guns. No, come on. Chop chop. I'm waiting. So Callum, on serious note, we need social media. Okay, so back onto the social media, main topic of this evening. So we talked about exposure. That's us. That's down to us to embrace it, to use it. And when I say us, I mean, I think as a cross section of the shooting populace within this chat section tonight, I think we're actually a very, very bad example of social media for shooting sports, because you're sat here watching a live stream, chatting away while most likely abusing someone in a Discord, right? So I think it's fair to say that we as a group of shooters are quite embracing of social media. It's really down to organizations. You know, Basque, again, I think they're doing a fantastic job on their social media on the points that they care about. But the NRA, yeah, okay, 35,000 likes on Facebook. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. What are you doing with it? You haven't posted in a week. Like, give me the login. I'll post for you. We've got, other organizations. They're getting back up there. So that's within our control. And really, that's the only way we can combat the antis, because if somebody is saying, no matter how correct or incorrect something is, if someone is saying something and it's louder than you are, it's reaching more people than you are, it's engaging with more people than you are, you're going to lose, right? Look at the last two elections, right, in America. Well, look at any election. I've got something tickling my nose. I always get very bungy at the end of the streams. I don't know why. Maybe it's the beer. Look at the UK and US elections. Look at Brexit. Social media, like anyone that says that social media was not the deciding factor, not the only factor, but not the straw that broke the camel's back, you're nuts, right? It was all about social media. Trump's campaign, all about social media. Biden's campaign, all about social media, just in a very sort of more sinister way, if I'm going to be completely honest. Brexit, all about social media. It was all about engaging with people and getting it in front of people and getting the message across, which they did better than the Remain campaign. So we need to be better than the antis at it. We need to beat them at their own game. We need to be able to get our message across better than they are. Then that's really about it. That's all the bullet points that I wrote about it. So I've finished now on that topic. Anyone wants to you've doxed me already, what's another? What do you mean? How am I doxing you again? But yes, we do need social media. As many cons there may be, if we don't embrace it, if we don't use it while we've got it, because again, it could be taken away very easily, and if we don't use it to the maximum without getting in trouble with the police, we will fall by the wayside. People will stop learning about shooting sports. People will stop learning that shooting exists, and they will stop getting into it. So please share. Please, not just this. Share photos, share stories, share clips. Just be sensible about it. You know, just before you post anything gun related online, just think, would I show my FEO this? And if your answer is yes, if you can stand there and show your FEO a picture or a video, and you know 100% they're going to understand it, they're going to find it funny, they're going to be okay with it, then you should be absolutely fine. And you really need to have that little FEO on your shoulder. Everything that you're posting, is it FEO approved? It's the other side you've got to worry about. Colin not recommending the Tigris, by the way. Good. You're making adjustment. Come on. I want to see it. Still waiting. Come on. If you're gonna get banned, go big. Yes. Yeah. If I got banned off YouTube for a tit, apart from this one sat right here, I would not be happy. I think the best media expansion would be getting less likely groups involved. I love the video you did with Johnny of the TGS. More content like that, expanding people's views on guns, would be great. Have you seen the comments of that video? Oh, it's just, yeah, like, I don't care. Like, they watched it, didn't they? But yeah, like, I'm all for, you know, mixing it up and collaborating and meeting up. You know, I do have a lot of respect for Johnny and, you know, what he does. I might not be in the same clique as he is in terms of the shooting community, and in some ways he's like Basque and I'm the anti-Basque, but they do a really good job, you know, of what they do. I love their videos, I love their content. He's a really top guy, and I would love to do more stuff with them. I don't think from the comment section of that video he's going to want to do stuff with us anytime soon. Like, if Johnny came onto English Shooting, there'd probably be nothing but like, woo, you know, praise and yay, you know, and people would love it. People would most likely really enjoy it. Wasn't so well received on his channel, but then, you know, we're running around having fun, and you can't have fun when you shoot, not when you have that much wood on your gun anyway. Carl Volt, for real, what about offering NRA, Basque, UKPSA leadership, sentient tweed jackets and older member courses and guidance? Well, the thing is, I did work very closely with the UKPSA, with Gunroom TV for, you know, and that, you know, the UKPSA, please do not put the UKPSA in the same sentence as the NRA and Basque. The UKPSA have been incredibly embracing of social media and video content and trying new things to publicize the sport. And, you know, to the point where it was the AGM a couple of years ago where we'd had all the debacle with Sean O'Neill from the Times, and the then chairman looked up and said, like, look, you know, it's been a rocky year in terms of publicity. People think it's bad. People think that the Times and Sean O'Neill coming at us is, you know, nothing good can come of it. Membership had gone sky high. You know, emails and inquiries had gone through the roof. You know, the engagement and search results on the UKPSA were better than they had ever been. So all publicity is good publicity. In this case, absolutely it was. You know, Sean O'Neill, and this is what I find so funny about the whole thing, he was like, look at how bad this is, and so many people went, oh my god, that looks amazing. You know, it just, you know, they were like, right, UKPSA, you say? Okay, right, join. There was an influx of new members, and ultimately, certainly, I'm sure there were many members that disagreed, and probably many council members that disagreed, but certainly, I think the chairman understood that you got to break a few eggs to make an omelette, and to reach new people, to reach to get new members, to get new shooters in, you've got to venture into media and realms that a lot of organizations will run away from out of fear. Oh no, you can't talk to somebody from the Times. He'll make you look like an idiot. Yeah, that's right. Painting it pink, are we, Shauna, now? So yeah, you've got to be up for a bit of a challenge. You've got to be up for, standing for what's right. And at the end of the day, it's like, I know, we're not doing anything wrong at the end of the day. So I don't care who you put in front of me, how big their following is, how fierce they may come across. They might want to try and bully and intimidate and to, pressure you into giving in and to admitting that we're doing something wrong. Well, we're fucking not. We're doing something that's lawful, that's highly regulated, that's fun and incredibly safe. So I'm not going to stand there and get nervous or get upset because they're talking bollocks. And all you have to do is just keep calling them out, like, well, it looks sinister. Well, what do you mean by sinister? Well, it's black. Okay, so are black people sinister? That was one thing that Connor's said for me to say if he used that line, and I thought at the time I thought maybe not to take it down a racial thing, but that's what it is, gun racism. You're saying just because something's black, it makes it sinister. Just think of the wider connotations of that, and you just stick to the facts. That's why we went and got a 1522, we went and got a Ruger 1022, and we went, which one's more sinister? You went, that one. And you're like, well, they're pretty much the same bloody gun, aren't they? They both can have 25 round magazines. Well, 31 if you use the mag load extensions on the 1522. So I guess that makes it slightly more sinister. Or you get the 50 round drum mag. No, actually both can have the 50 round drum mag from Rude Fat Dog, so they're both as sinister to each other. You can get 50 round drum mags for them. You can paint them whatever bloody colour you want. They've got pretty much the same controls. They do pretty much the same thing. And I said to him at the time, the 1022 is a far more accurate and reliable gun. So you want to talk about sinister and danger and all that. Well, actually, the 1522, like, it's got more chance of, and I say more chance, marginally more chance of malfunctioning or shitting the bed. So you're just because this is in a pinkish red stock, you're okay with it. So we all know we know it's all bollocks. So anyway, I've worked with the UK PSA closely. All of the I think all bar 2 videos, maybe 3, all bar 3 practical videos on Gunroom TV I filmed and edited. All of the Swedish videos, all of the, although to be fair, it wasn't just me, it was Connors and I out in Sweden, but I did the majority of the editing. Yes, he's going to sit there and say that I buggered off for a wedding for a day or so. I did the majority of the editing and the filming, and for Serbia as well, I think I did all the editing for that. Maybe Connors and CJ did a bit of cut down for it. But yeah, like, I mean, you go and look at like the reach, and this is why the UK PSA, right? They are so on board now with social media because, we can do this. I haven't staged this. I haven't set this up. Let's do it live. I am logged into the English Shooting account, so that might skew the results slightly. But let's go IPSC, right? IPSC. Okay, it's me. So sort of good / bad example. But second video, right? European Handgun Championships. The UK PSA covered all the expenses for that video. We did it for free. We certainly didn't make any money on it. It was done at cost. Well, that's at nearly 6,000 people, 6,000 views, right? Somebody's typing in IPSC to YouTube and they're seeing the UK PSA, right? How powerful is that? It really does set the UK PSA as like one of the prominent nations within IPSC because they've utilized social media. Not necessarily, oh, fuck off. Oh, he would be, wouldn't he? Anyway, let's that's don't even bother. But let's you can see again. Well, this is IPSC, so this isn't necessarily UK PSA. That was a general GTV video that was done. Okay, it's me again. But this, nearly 20,000 views, right? UK PSA All England Championships. That was a video that was solely filmed and edited by me. I was pretty happy with it. Maybe a bit longer. Should have cut it down in the end. But again, that's really representing the UK. It's representing the UK PSA, and they're getting loads of 20,000 people are seeing that in a sport that 20,000 people's a lot. Bearing in mind, there's only 1,500 UK PSA members. I think it is maybe 2,000. So that's easily like 10 times the UK PSA membership have watched that video. Let's try practical shooting competition. Oh, there's a gap here. Definitely. Well, again, there you go. 11,000 views for the UK PSA. Admittedly, this wasn't a video that I did. This was actually CJ from 617 is the page that he runs. Great cracking video. That I think actually that the reason I didn't film or edit that one is because that was during Sweden. So like quite a valid excuse on that one. But if we do just practical shooting, but you're seeing a theme here, right? Like every time you put in something IPSC or practical shooting, or let's go practical shotgun. This one I think we hit pretty heavy on. Practical shotgun. It's all UK PSA. That's hugely valuable to them as an organization, as a brand. NRA, again, when you're on the National Rifle Association of the UK, right, and some gobby little YouTuber can put something up like that to compete with your videos, you're doing something wrong. All I'm saying. Hashtag just saying. Anyway, that's my little rant. So yes, the UK PSA, very embracing of social media because they're seeing the benefits. It was released in the AGM figures, but it was the reach, like the Swedish videos, the reach on it were hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. And it relatively, it didn't cost them that much. I'm not going to say a number first of all because I can't remember the total cost, but the cost per view is, well, certainly now. I mean, okay, let's have a look. Let's move that down a bit. I'm getting a bit more relaxed in the chair. It is getting later. Let's have another look. So let's look at the stats on the world shoot. So the rifle. So we're talking about social media. Like these are just real examples of how powerful social media can be. So you've learnt about IPSC or a rifle world shoot or whatever, and now you want to go and see it. Well, bang, straight away, UK PSA. Day 1, day 2, day 5. It would be nicer if they were in order. They're all there, and they've got massive amounts of 22,000, 16,000, 5,000, nearly 5,000 again. Opening ceremony wasn't as popular, maybe because Connors. Oh, that's another rifle. Oh no, was that some of that EHC actually? No, that's all rifle. It's the cost per view they're paying there is from roughly what I remember it costing is minimal. This is one of the biggest advantages of social media. It can be incredibly cheap. I started the channel with an iPhone. You don't need thousands of pounds worth of camera gear. Admittedly, over time, to increase, to make the channel better, it does take a bit of money, but to get started, you can do a lot. Oh, that's better. I'm getting a bit of a crick. I'm getting old. Anyway, that's just me rambling on. The best dynamic shooting experience is multi-gun. Absolutely. Oh, who's done? Is it done? Is the only guns done? What are you guys chatting about? Well, you were taking so long, I gave up. Let's have a look. I'm just gonna make sure you've actually bloody censored it this time. Oh my fucking god. I give up. I give up. That was so beautiful before. Why have you ruined it? Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't believe I'm about to share this. Yeah. I mean, you know, I guess that's karma for you, right? FYI, obviously Captain Crack has a bit of a fetish for me. Or what you're saying is, if someone tries to paint me, they get no, I don't like that option either. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's stop that. Daniel West coming to matches to film this year. Depends on a lot of things. But I'm always up to film matches, always up to promote and you know, to grow the sport and to do it. You know, at the end of the day, every UK PSA video I've done, and bearing in mind, like when you go and film a match video, you know, I'll be up there for 3 days. You know, sometimes you can get away with a day. Really, you need 2 days, and ideally, like, you need to be there for the full 3 days. So you're filming the pre-match, and the main match, the 2 days of the main match. So that's 3 days of time given up just for filming. And these videos, you end up with so much footage, they can take weeks sometimes to edit. And all of that was done for free for the UK PSA, and I'm happy to do it because it publicizes, it grows the sport, it benefits it. I just wish I didn't get so much shit for other things, you know, when I'm giving up my free time to do it. But yes, absolutely, you know, it won't be for Gunroom TV anymore, but I will perhaps be doing it for English Shooting. God knows what issues that's going to create, but we'll see. It'll be a shame if I can't continue to film them. I'd like to challenge someone to do it better, but that's just me. Callum, if you want to see and show a legendary 3-gun video, search for the Iron Man Stage 7 POV. I don't trust you guys anymore, to be honest, because it's going to be somebody naked on a stage with my face over it. So, yes. I'm going to search that one after the stream. But thank you. Pro Shoot should be a great level 3. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely be at all of the matches 100% because of magload. So you know, I'll be trying to get footage of the magload shooters, but there's just so much when you get video involved. There's just so much sort of. Oh, to be fair, again, the UK PSA were very open about it. You know, very welcoming about first filming matches. A little bit of skepticism. Then they started seeing the results, and then it was, everyone was sort of on board. There's still a little bit of a fraction that don't like it, that don't think that we should be doing it, and certainly don't think that I, in any way, shape, or form, should be representing the organisation. And I don't. I am independent. I don't have a position with the UK PSA. I am purely a member, but I want to see the organisation grow, and I have a particular set of skills that makes me pretty good at publicising things. So I want to try and do it. Like the funny thing is the Nitsa video. Apparently, I've heard down the grapevine that video is still causing the UK PSA issues because some people don't like it, and they get mainstream media get in contact with them about it. Oh, you're shooting handguns, and obviously Sean O'Neill got a massive hard on about it. But I'm like, at the end of the day, like the majority of people that were made aware about Nitsa were made aware about Nitsa from that video. So it's like, it's the rough with the smooth. If you want people to know about it, you need to get it out there. And I don't see anyone else wanting to try and get it out there. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Gumroom TV does in terms of coverage. You know, Magload will be doing their shooters coverage, and I'm going to try and do some coverage with English Shooting. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I want to make this clear, Colin, that I had absolutely everything under control with that drone. It was everyone else telling me to full throttle it that messed me up. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I knew how much power, I knew what direction, and everyone was like, full throttle, full throttle. And what I sort of forgot was that one's the throttle and one's direction. And for those of you that haven't seen, why don't I just bring it up? I think I've shown it on the stream before. Let's see if we can find it. Yep, I have a whole folder for it. So yes, so everyone's going, it's too windy, it's too windy. You can't take off a drone in this wind. And I'm like, yes, I can. Like, it's not an issue. Like, I've taken off in stronger wind, and everyone's like, well, you better give it full throttle. Give it full throttle. Oh no, I've dropped data. Oh dear, what's going on? Facebook doesn't like this. My Mac really doesn't like this. Oh dear. Can you hear me? Am I still there? Should I just quit that and go? Oh no. What's going on? Oh, it really doesn't look... So we had a bit of a dropout there, guys. For some reason, my my Mac really doesn't like opening this movie. Let's try another. I was trying to open it in preview. Don't worry, it was the stream will sort itself out in a minute. I've stopped doing what it didn't like. I just sit here and drink while it sorts itself out. Has it sorted itself out? Yeah, I think it has. Anyway, so yeah, I'm there. I knew what I was going to do. Everyone sort of just messed with my head. I full throttled it, full forward, and this was the result. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, I've still got the drone work. I repaired it, so I've still got it. Let's play this. Yabuff. Yeah, that wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done. And then because it's a drone, it just sits there destroying itself even further. Let's do a slow motion replay, shall we? Oh no, that was a bit fast actually. So yes, full throttle, full forward into the barricade, boff. And I still attest that if no one else had been there and no one had said full throttle, it would have been absolutely fine. But yes, anyway. Any other... Oh yes, so very, very important. Actually, we were talking about the UK PSA. That's actually one of the topics. There's a new UK PSA group, which I would highly recommend you going if you're in any way, shape or form interested in the UK PSA or miniature rifle. Go and find this group. So it's the official IPSC mini rifle group by the UK PSA. So you have all of the top shooters in the country in there. So if you need advice, if you need help, there's going to be people, if you want to know where matches are, you can already see that there are, the information, Mr. LOA, there's match information there. Go and see it. Go and find out about new matches and this, that, and the other. But there's also a competition, which is the main reason that I'm showing you this, because it's free stuff, free swag. If you want to go and win some free swag, you can. And just so happens to be Magload. And unfortunately, the post seems to have been removed. So you know, I can show you the artwork because I was the one that made it. Let me just hold back 1 second. So you can win. Where is it? Find it. Here we go. Let's make that a bit smaller. So if you're in the group, like, all you have to do is go and join that group. It's the UK PSA mini rifle, the official IPSC group. Go and join it. The UK PSA page has shared the link. Loads of people have shared it. You can win a full 1522 Pro package from Magload. So that's 2 extensions. That's the Magwell, the Ambi mag release, the 30-degree safety, the clip-on breech flag, rail mount breech flag, and the muzzle brake. So all you have to do is join this group. So go and join it. The members will be, so out of the currently 130, so that's pretty good odds. Name me another competition with those sorts of odds, right? Obviously, hopefully after this video that will be increased a little bit. But go onto Facebook, find that group and join it. And just by being a member in that group, you will automatically be entered into the draw. It will be drawn at random. Obviously, there's a few names that will be actually removed from that list because both Connors and I are in there, and we're not going to win it, or any of the Magload sponsored cheaters that are in there are going to win it either. So go and join it. You've got really good odds. I think the Pro package is like 170, 175 pounds worth of stuff, and that's the discounted rate for the package. So it's a, you know, I think it's like over £200 worth of gear if you buy it separately. So go and find it. It's a really good resource for mini rifle. It certainly intended. It is a new group. There's so many knowledgeable people in there. One of which I can see their profile picture. Or actually, 2 people I know that are in this, or at least 3 people that are in. Oh no, 4. There's a lot of people. Oh, the numbers went up. Do it, everyone now! Descend. Yes, I recognise a lot of those profile pictures and a lot of names here. Go away. Anyway, so go and join that group. Become a member. You'll be automatically entered into the draw for the Pro Magload stuff. So you can't, you know, it doesn't cost you anything. Even if you join the group and leave after 2 weeks, like, you would still be entered. So go and do that. Go and take advantage of that giveaway. And while you're at it, there are a number of other UK PSA groups. There's like the main official group. You've then got an Action Air group as well, and I think there's even a handgun group. So it's something for everyone, no matter what discipline you're doing. And we were going to talk about, like, spent too long, like, just generally, like, just generally talking. Funny little story that I shared on EnglishShooting. On the Facebook page. Again, if you want to know about all of this stuff straight away, let me know. Well, not let me know. Go and join the EnglishShooting Facebook page. Go and like it, and you'll see all this stuff as it comes. This happened this week. 10,000 rounds of ammunition found on Northumberland coastline following searches. 10,000 rounds. Now, if it's 10,000 rounds of 2.2. Yeah, okay, but it's not. It's going to be 9mm or 223. That's a lot of ammunition. Like, that's someone smuggling or someone really done fucked up, you know. So, you know, the post on EnglishShooting was something along the lines of, well, when the police aren't giving it away, you or the police or military aren't giving it away, you can go find it in your local beach. It's absolutely, go away, you fuck off. There we go. So you can see them searching for it. So God knows where it came from, but 10,000 rounds of ammunition, and I guess that's what they found so far. God knows what else is about. Another thing as well, I know I keep going on about it and on about it, and I made a video this week going on and on about it. Please, you only have, what is the 11th, 5 days now. If you haven't submitted a response to this firearm safety consultation, do it. This, you know, whether or not you think it makes a difference, whether or not you think that the Home Office is going to listen to us, this is the only opportunity to try and have some sort of a voice. So there is also Basque guidance. So if you go on the Basque page, if you go and watch the video, actually, let me. There's our streaming right now. Let's go. No, English. I'm secretly rushing. I'm just trying to find this video for you guys. So it's this video. If you look on the channel, if you actually go, if you already know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But if you go into the video and just scroll down, either to the comments, where the fuck are the comments gone? Anyway, if you go to the description, there is the link to the consultation, so you can easily get to it, and there is the Basque link as well. So you can use that for the guidance, and you can use that to get to the consultation. So you can basically copy and paste what Basque have written and go and submit your submission there. And if you really can't find it, where have the comment? There we go. So pinned at the top there is this comment. Again, exactly the same links: Home Office and firearms, and basically the Basque guidance, and also the link to the consultation. So please go and do that. There's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse for you to not go and do it. It's not going to hurt. If you use the Basque responses, it's not going to hurt shooting. And I think everyone should be obliged to go and do it if you're in this wonderful sport. And talking also about Facebook and social media and all that, and shooting sports, did anybody see this? Again, another reason to go and watch the page, because you're going to see go and like the page, because you go and see stuff like this. That's right, a breach flag was rejected by Facebook. So those of you that don't know, we're not actually proactively trying to sell things on Facebook through Magload, but if you link your website with Facebook, which we do for advertising reasons, it can automatically pull through products. So when you update a product or put a new product on there, it will pull that through. Now, the 223 breach flag has been about for quite a while, and suddenly Facebook has seen it, flagged it, and decided, no, that's far too dangerous. You can't be having people running around with breach flags, other than the fact that breach flags are literally designed to make firearms more safe. And yeah, why would you? It is a bit of plastic that you use to show that a gun is safe. Surely if Facebook is as anti-gun as it seems to be, it would be wanting everyone to have a breach flag, and they would want everyone to have a breach flag permanently within side of their gun, because then you can't use it because it's been made safe. But anyway, that's Facebook logic for you. Tom Cowell, Callum, what do you know about Viking Arms? A big company. Just let's get away from that. Anyway, I thought that was funny, but yeah, go and check out the English Shooting Facebook page. Give it a like. You'll make me very happy in more ways than one. Viking Arms, they big distributor here in the UK. They've got guns like I think they're Mossberg, so stuff like the JM 940, Ruger, Henry, Breeder. I think they do Breeder shotguns as well. That's all I can remember off the top of my head. But Ruger, some big names there. Mossberg, Ruger, Breeder, not so much, and Henry. The underlever rifles. We've made videos on their stands before. We've been invited to various press events there. Unfortunately, they're all I think they're based right actually in Yorkshire, so like the Northern Shooting Show is like their home show for them, and all of their events they do tend to be up in Yorkshire, and it is a bloody long way to go. So I've never been to like any of their events, but everyone that I've heard that's had dealings with them seem to like them. In terms of the products, I mean, you can't go wrong with Ruger. Breeder, well, stop being poor and buy a Benelli. Uh, Mossberg, yeah, just because Jerry Meshulek uses the 940 doesn't make it the best gun in the world, okay? But yeah, I don't know what else you would want to know about Viking arms. Pardon me. This is when we wonder what Callum has been watching by his suggestions. Oh, you do not want to know. You really don't want to know. What beer am I drinking? This is a basically like special brew, but like it's like posh special brew. So it's it's Sainsbury's own, but it tastes almost identical to Brewdog. And I absolutely the Punk IPA. It tastes almost identical, and it's cheaper. Well, no, I think it's exactly the same price, but these are 440 ml, whereas the Brewdogs are 330. So you're getting like an additional 33%. So yeah, I just mathed. Yeah, it's just a nice drinkable, good tasting beer. And then for Fridays we get a special, a really special beer that's a company called Urban Island. I'll actually be doing the order tonight for it. They deliver because of lockdown, and that will be our weekend beer. Because again, nothing else to do over the weekend but to have a few drinks. Are Sig Sauce rifles any good? Don't worry, I can't spell sour either, so I don't know why I'm taking the piss. Sig Sauer rifles any good? Like the actual like Sig Sauer ones, yes. The 522, is it the 522? Yeah, the 522 Commando SWAT, whatever the bloody names they're called. They are actually really good guns, but not for anything other than plinking, in my opinion. But yeah, anything proper Sig Sauer, get it. Like if you're in a country where you know, I don't know, Steve Lewis, where you live, but the 5.2, there's a video, actually a fairly recent video of me shooting the Sig 2.2 rimfire, Commando and SWATs. Oh way maths, yes. I am actually fairly good at maths. I'll prepare you now. I'll warn you. But yeah, Sig have a fantastic name within the shooting industry, and they have that for a reason. Tom, why won't they talk to me regarding a Ruger 1911 I bought through them? They tell me they can't talk about firearms. What do you mean? I don't know. The Ruger 1911. Is there like a 2.2 LBP version of that? I'm unsure. I mean, I don't know them like terribly well. Like I've met a few of their guys at stands and done videos and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be able to give you a name to go and talk to. Sorry, I don't know what's up with that. What practical 2.2 would you recommend? A 1522, 100%. Apart from 1522, don't know. There is no other substitute. We talked about this last year, and I said actually a video was going to come out this week, but it didn't end up coming out this week because I made 2 other videos, but it'll be coming out soon, I promise. So apart from the 1522, I would highly recommend the L119 from Cotswold Classic Arms. It's about £1,000. It's based on a Aero Precision upper receiver set. It's built by Otto at Cotswold Classic Arms. Cannot go wrong. Next to that, whilst I may hate the company and really disapprove of the guy that runs it, the Lantac LA-SF 15 is a fantastic gun all round as well. Good value for money. It works. It's good quality. If you really want to go and push, I mean, I think you said first gun, didn't you? What practical? Oh no, practical. If budget's not an option, battle arms again from Cotswold Classic Arms. So 1522. Lantac, like in the order I would recommend. Oh, that's an interesting one. 1522, Battle Arms, L119, LA SF 15. That would be my order to go for. So yeah, but 1522. No, not a 1022. Not a 1022 for practical. I mean, for speed stills, they're great. For mini rifle, you will get fucked on the mag changes. Peter Isaac, where to start and how to get into mini rifle, etc. My club is a bit fug-like and don't like your 1522. I'm sorry to hear that. So need a new club that does mini rifle. Also want to get into competitions. Well, whereabouts are you based first? Because there's a number of places that do it. But if you haven't already just seen, we've just been talking about a new group on Facebook. So the UK PSA have recently formed an official mini rifle group. So if you're interested about doing more mini rifle, go and join this group. So it's the UK PSA mini rifle group, the official IPSC group. There's a prize as well. You get a full Magload 1522 Pro package. Not everyone gets one. There is a draw. So on the 28th of February, out of all the members, a name will be drawn and somebody will win a package worth, like what I said, if you buy it all individually, it's over £200 worth. So definitely worth just going in there and becoming a member. But this is going to be the absolute, the key source of information for getting into mini rifle. Go and join this group and say where is a club, where can I find a match, and so on and so forth. This is the group that is going to be able to tell you. If you go to other groups pretending to be the official miniature rifle group, you're just going to get told to go to Silverstone Shooting Centre. This will actually tell you where all of the clubs are, where all of the matches are. Staffordshire. Let me have a quick Google. Lantec Raven, no. I think they're overpriced for what they are, personally. I think the LA SF-15 is great value for money, but it's actually because of the LA SF-15 that I think the Raven is overpriced. So to be honest, I think they've shot themselves in the foot. Worcester Norton, I think, is going to be your closest club. Might still be a little bit of a drive, but if you don't like driving, you're in the wrong sport. Worcester Norton is a big club. It's probably going to be an hour away from you, from roughly where you are. So go and check them out, or again, go and join that mini rifle group, and they should be able to help you out as well. Couldn't find that group. Can you link it in Discord or Facebook? I will do you one better. I will link it now. I'll just link it straight here. Why didn't I do this before? Let me just find this UK PSA. Just finding it. Just bear with me, guys. Here you go. That is the mini rifle group. So if you want a chance of winning over 200 quid's worth of Magload gear, click that link now and join the group. Answer the questions, join the group. You'll be let in. You'll have a chance. They'll raffle it out. So go and do it, and you'll find loads of information and people talking about mini rifle. It's generally not the beer. The Monster has worn off. I had a Monster this morning. I was feeling really perky just before the stream, and I'm losing it. Driving fine. Great, good to hear. Chris Vector, no, don't get the Chris Vector. Please don't. It's not if you want a Chris Vector for a plinking gun, get it. I think it looks cool. It's definitely something a bit different. But as a serious practical gun, no, absolutely not. And what else? We were actually going to talk about the HR-127, the worst gun bill in history, basically, but worst gun control bill in history. Brendan Herrera, is it? Something like that. Hello. He does a fantastic video on it if you want to learn more about that. I think if you just YouTube HR-127, it's an insane bill. I'm not going to go into a whole thing about it, but it's absolutely insane. They're proposing licenses for all gun owners in America, and if you're caught without a license, you can have like 15 years in prison and a $150,000 fine. It's absolutely ridiculous. The reason I'm not going to talk that much about it is because, well, first of all, a lot of you guys are English. If you're American, fight tooth and nail against this thing. I really don't think it stands a snowball chance in hell. Snowball, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't think it stands a chance in ever getting through. You shouldn't be relaxed about it. You shouldn't be blasé about it. You should still take it seriously, but it's just way too much. Most Americans will not accept that as gun control, as a gun. Brandon Herrera, I did say it right. Yeah, go and watch that video if you want to learn more about it. It is absolutely insane. Like, I don't think we've ever seen anything so ridiculous, even here in the UK. Biden has just gone full gun control straight away, but I think it's actually going to hurt him. I think he's going to lose any credibility. Yes, the lefties, yes, the liberals are going to be like, oh my god, this is amazing, real gun control, but he's going to lose any credibility for actually getting stuff done, because people are just going to shut. Like, Americans don't like giving never mind an inch. They don't like giving a millimeter. That's right, metric. They don't like giving a millimeter of space when it comes to gun control. And if you were ever going to get them to give maybe half a millimeter, ramming something just so over the top like this is just not the way to do it. They are going to go completely the other way now, and it's going to, I believe it's going to backfire in spectacular fashion. But yeah, anyway, no, you're joking, good Colin. I almost had to ban you. Biden wants 10 round magazine limit. What a joke. Yeah, because that solved all the shootings that they've had in California, haven't they? Yeah, and New York for that matter. You know, or Chicago. You know, the list goes on. But anyway, I am reaching the point of being absolutely done. It's been a long one tonight. Been going over 2 hours, but I really appreciate everyone tuning in and joining. If you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's not going to hurt. It helps the channel, big time. Give it a week, give it a month, see what content comes out. You can decide if you stay there. But hit the subscribe, hit the like button as well. If you're in the stream right now and you haven't hit the like button, it does make a big difference, certainly to me on the inside, but it does help the channel. It does give more analytics and helps the channel grow. So it's very much appreciated for you doing that. But I really hope, everyone, that you've enjoyed tonight's stream. It's it's been different. Like, just seemed to flow. I've had various points that obviously I've just ranted on for like 20 minutes straight, but that's what I think you've grown to expect, right? Yes, I'll get on with Discord, but I desperately need a wee. That's really the main stopping point for for streams these days, is how long my bladder can hold up. But yeah, I'll be on Discord as well. Actually, let me just give that a quick share before I go. If you want to come over, if you don't know what Discord is, I showed it earlier on the stream. You must be sick of death of me talking about it. It's a chat room. It's not scary. It's sort of scary, but that's more the people inside. Go and check. Oh, I need the invite link, don't I? I'm just finding it. I'm finding it. Bear with me. Here we go. Just follow this, join it, come and say hi. Go into general shenanigans and come and say hi. I will be there in like 5 minutes. We can have a chat. If there's anything that I haven't seen on the stream, any questions you wanna ask in Discord, just follow that. There's loads of instructions. I'll be there in 5 minutes after the longest longest pee in the world. But there we go. Again, really appreciate it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've at least enjoyed it, and you've kept me company in this very boring lockdown. So stay safe. Have a great week. Same time, same place, 7:30 on the English Shooting live channel for the weekly live stream next week. So see you there, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And as always, guys, hope to see you soon.